Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again, and welcome back to the Labyrinth. So, I got some poems for you guys today, so without further ado, let's get into it. For those who have seen Nigel Dixie Tales from Labyrinth before, you kind of already know how this works. But for those of you who are new, for starters, welcome, of course. But also, I'm going to be reading various poems, I should say, three from myself and then two from other poets, and we're going to analyze and talk about them and try to break down the meaning behind each one. So, starting with this first one. This first one is called For Mom. Mom, I know I'm not always the best, but I'm trying my best to follow everything you taught me. You have done so much for me, cared for me, nurtured me, carried me around in your arms and in your heart, things I can never fully repay. But I will try my best by being the best I can every day. Being the best I can be every day, I should say. And telling the world it's because of my mom. I love you with all of my heart, and my heart is where you will stay forever. So, kind of a late Mother's Day poem, at least at the time of this recording. Mother's Day was this past Sunday. Hey, but wanted to write a little poem for my mom. Mom, if you're watching this, I love and appreciate you. And shout out to all the awesome, amazing mothers out there. And I know Mother's Day has come and gone by this point, but I don't care. Happy Mother's Day to all of you, all the sweet, awesome, amazing, caring moms out there, or those who are expecting, those who may have lost children, those moms who are no longer with us. We love and appreciate each and every one of you, and your dedication and your sacrifices do not go unnoticed by us, your children. But, um, this next one is called Spiders. I hate spiders. The way they move and crawl about always creeps me out. Doesn't help that some of them are poisonous. I know they have their benefits, but can't they perform those benefits somewhere else? I don't know if you notice, sometimes I may look over into the corner here. That's because there is a spider right over there, and I don't want it to crawl over to this side where I'm at, because then I either have to run away from it or kill it. That is like the point of no return. For now, it kind of just stays in the corner. But yeah, spiders definitely creep me out. Would I say I'm afraid of spiders? Not necessarily, but they do creep me out, and you um, gotta be wary of those bites. I know certain species of spiders are poisonous, some aren't, but spider bites still hurt like hell. From what I've heard, I actually had a friend in high school. He got bit by a spider, and his arm swelled up, and yeah, that's no good. I definitely don't want that. But this next one is called Icy Heart. The most frozen of hearts, several degrees below zero, can be thawed and warmed with the warmth of love and affection. Now, this is kind of similar to another poem I wrote a little while ago, kind of a similar theme. I forget the name of it though, but talking about thawing a frozen heart. Or sadly, some people's hearts have been frozen because of their environment. Sometimes by their own choice, but oftentimes by environment, by what they've been through, and things of that nature. And it's tricky to thaw a frozen heart, but showing love and affection, and definitely can help thaw a frozen heart. Or it kind of reminds me of Frozen, and where the whole basis of that was only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart. And I guess that kind of applies to real life as well, it would seem. But this next one is called Golden Hour, and this is by Kimberly Casey. When you caught one to keep, we took it home, and I asked you to teach me. You showed me how to spike the brain. I thanked the fish, looked away, pressed down. We bled it, shaved away the scales, severed meat from bone. I'm afraid of leaving my loved ones alone, flying into an endless sunset the next day, a soft glow through the window, and every passenger is glazed, a smooth bronze. Every other seat empty, each face masked, some with simple fabric, others medical grade filtration set beneath serious eyes. No one here talks much. Bodies pull away from the aisle each time a passenger scurries by. If a plane crashes in the middle of a pandemic, will the world make a sound? How do we grieve one loss among so many? Yesterday, the breeze caught the water, making waves beneath the boat, and you swayed, starring out towards the setting sun. Your skin slick with sweat, bronzed in the light bouncing under the bridge where you waited for something to bite. I told you I didn't understand the need to maim something, just to send it back, just to send it swimming back below, with a taste of blood. You said we are all violent. It's about finding the way out that does the least damage. So a couple things that I've noted in this poem. Talking about for first talking about fishing and catching fish and getting to prepare the fish to eat and everything, which my dad likes to fish a lot, and even brought some fish back one time when he went fishing, and I think he cooked it and ate it and everything. But other times he does kind of throw it back, throw the fish back into the water and allow it to swim away. I remember I actually went fishing at a summer camp and I caught some fish, but we had to throw it back in which was kind of BS. I know the water in New York isn't always the cleanest, but at the same time, that's my fish, man. Let me keep my fish. Let me cook my fish, But then again, I don't think we had anything to adequately keep the fish. But I'm sure they could have found some. Let me keep my fish, man. But nevertheless, seeing the fishing here, but then also seeing the parallel of the pandemic, which was going on around this time. I'm looking at when this poem was made. It looks like it was made around 2021, if I'm not mistaken. On the at least that's kind of what it indicated on the Poetry Foundation website, which is where I find all this wonderful poetry. Check out poetryfoundation.org. They got a variety of poems, several different poets as well. Also, yeah, go check them out. But so seeing the parallels between there and fishing, of course, there's a lot of people still doing things like that, even in the midst of the pandemic. Actually, also did go on a fishing trip in the midst of the pandemic, but kind of drawing that parallel between the fish and the pandemic. Not 100% sure what the parallel is. Perhaps it could be mortality. Talking about not just the pandemic going around, people getting sick and everything, but also plane crashing and kind of comparing it to the grander scale of things. Would people pay attention to the plane crashing in the midst of all the other loss? And the answer to that is yes, because sadly, as pandemic was first beginning, is when the tragic helicopter crash happened. Where we lost Kobe and Gianna Bryant and several others who were in the helicopter. So yeah, those things are taken into account, but all the loss going on. So I think perhaps the message or the theme here could be that of mortality. And that last line is interesting. You said we are all violent. It's about finding the way out that does the least damage. So perhaps Kimberly here perhaps finds the outlet to be fishing, something to kind of take her mind off of things, and be able to do things such as fishing to kind of take her mind off of everything that's going on. But that's kind of just my take on it. But and this last one is called Cross, and this is by Langston Hughes. My old man's a white old man, and my old mother's black. If ever I cursed my white old man, I take my curses back. If ever I cursed my black old mother, and wished she were in hell, I'm sorry for that evil wish, and now I wish her well. My old man died in a fine big house. My ma died in a shack. I wonder where I'm going to die, being neither white nor black. So, theme I'm picking up in this poem is kind of duality, and I think it's told in a very interesting way. Of course, Langston Hughes, who's biracial, his father, of course, is white, and his mother's black. So kind of having those two identities. He's obviously two who very different and oftentimes contrasting culture sets, even in today's world, but also back then as well for quite a few reasons. But some of which you can probably pick up on. But seeing this duality here and how it plays into things, saying how he doesn't how Langston doesn't wish bad on either his mother or his father, and he wonders where he's gonna die. Since he's neither white nor black, but a mixture of the two, he wonders where he's gonna die. So, well, pretty much kind of exploring and or struggling with identity is ultimately what I'm picking up on in this poem, is kind of that struggle with that identity, having these two very different culture groups, whoops, oops, causes some conflict and leads to some conflict that we see here in the poem. So, pretty interesting and pretty well done, I think, by Langston Hughes, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy reading his poetry. But nevertheless, I should say that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the poems, your thoughts on my analysis of the poems, and what's your thoughts on the poems, and did you agree or disagree with my analysis of each poem? Did you like the poems that I read? And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.